if he's in the attacking position, he'll kind of occupy the other position of the player, right? Let's try a power strike from here. So again, shot power right there. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ashley Young's Flashback card to review today, right? So this is a left mid Inter Milan card, so nice for the Serie A teams. There's only one specific way I see this card being used, and because I've been using this formation recently, because as you guys know, I do these reviews and whatnot, but I don't actually play the game a lot, so I don't really know what other formations are like. So recently, I've been using Alex 4-1-2-1-2 formation, which is going to be perfect for this card. In regards to his stats, we're looking at a card that is 5'9", high medium work rates, right-footed, 4-star skill moves with a 3-star weak foot. So, the preferred places that I would like to use this card in would obviously be, because of the lack of weak foot, would be the right back position, potentially right mid position, potentially, but mostly right center defensive mid or right center mid. Now, I'm going to show you guys when we lined up with this card after we review these stats. So, we're looking at 94 acceleration with 88 sprint speed, but he does actually have some shooting capabilities. The nicest thing about this card is that he has 82 finishing with 95 shot power already, right? So that's going to be a very beneficial thing in regards to defending and attacking, because if I'm in a defensive area and I want to pop in a long shot, you know, he'll be able to do that if he's outside the 18-yard box in a more defensive area, so that, you know, if the player gets the ball back in the defense, you know, he's ready to defend really nicely. So those shooting stats are really nice to have, because you can improve it if you want. You could potentially give him a sniper chemistry style, use him as your central cam for fun, all that good stuff, right? But I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to use this card, right? Because this is what I'm seeing. 86 attacking positioning is something we're going to have to try out with this card, okay? Because I want to specifically use this card in the right center mid position, because I want to test out his work rates, his 83 stamina, and what his attacking presence is like pushing forward, and what his defensive presence is pushing back with the medium work rates, right? So, passing stats are not bad either. You know, it's better that he has a short passing and a decent long passing. He's got curve, which is okay and stuff. Most of the passing plays in the 4-1-2-2 is close anyways, so not a big deal in regards to that. As long as he can make those through ball passes and whatnot, not a problem. Dribbling on the card, because he is 5'9" with those dribbling stats, that is going to be very, very nice to have in the midfield area, just to be able to maneuver around the pitch quickly. If we take a look at the stat increase that you give him with an anchor chemistry style, the +5 for strength, +10 for jumping could be a beneficial thing, obviously. I think the strength with really good aggression, 99 aggression, is fantastic. And then increased defensive capabilities, it's going to be nice to have him in that right center position. And let me show you guys why. This card would actually be worth, I think he's like 120K. We have to check it out afterwards. He'd be worth the price if he was high work rates with better stamina. Okay, that's a big thing that I see with this card so far. But this is the team that we are lined up with. Let me show you guys exactly how we're going to play in game, because it works perfectly, to be honest. We're going to be using a 4-1-2-2. These are Alex instructions, which I've been enjoying. I've actually been playing the weekend league a little bit with it. Played like 4 games, 3 rage quits with it, and then the last guy we beat like 3-4-0. It moves really nicely. I wouldn't say it's like fully meta, because fully meta would mean like you can play like most players in it, but you have to have very specific players in the team to make it work in regards to having an attacking and defensive oriented left center mids and right center mids and whatnot, which this Ashley Young is, which is going to be very interesting to try him out. So you can see that the way that we have the team lined up is we're going to have him in the right center mid position, but the instructions that we have lined up for Ashley Young is on balanced chemistry style, or balanced instructions. The reason being is because, like I said, we want to see how he moves. The center mids, we need them to move freely. We just want them to cover center as much as possible, but we need freedom from these guys. We need to see how they move in general, right? Like I said, the only 3 main positions I would use this card in is right center defensive mid, right center mid like he is right here, and the right back position, okay? So if you start off with like a 3-5-2 and you put him off to the left side in a Serie A team, you could put him off to the right back position and have your 3 center backs, one being a left back potentially in there, like an Alexandro or whatever, and get chemistry like that and put him in the team, right? So still possible, but you know the dealio. So Yeah, just stay central, getting behind for the strikers. Stay forward for them as well, I believe. I think we tell them to stay forward as well for the strikers, and the cam, and then you basically just take it from there. So, yeah, let's go try him out in game. Hopefully he's really good. I'm just going to play normal FIFA because I just want to see if he makes those daunting runs forward, if he offers this extra defensive presence, all that good stuff. He kind of looks taller in game. He doesn't look like he's 5'9". He has maybe like a lengthy build, which is going to be great. So you can see how he's like dominantly the right foot. Like he likes to play specifically on his right side. That's when we want to switch to the 4-1-2-2. Have him play into the or on the or in the 4-1-2-2 right center mid position. It hasn't switched to it yet. But once it does, we're going to be able to test him out there. But he definitely feels taller in game, which is perfect. It's because of his body type. So that's a good plus for sure. Nice, 4-star skill is definitely helpful. Let's try a power strike from there. So obviously from that angle, not the greatest. Did it not switch to the 4-1-2-2 yet? It did. It just didn't switch or transition to it in game. And this guy's leaving instantly. Oh, these challenges are going to be the death of me. Yeah, I switched to the 4-1-2-2 and he was still on the left side, so it was still playing with the 4-4-2 for some reason. So, but so far, the thing you notice the most is obviously the fact that he doesn't look like he's 5'9" in game, which is a great thing, right? He looks like he's 5'10", 5'11"-ish because of his body type, so that's good. He's actually got some pretty decent physical capabilities and defensive capabilities pushing against someone, so not too bad there. Ashley Young's really well positioned there for the right center mid position. So that's without telling him to come back in defense, which is great because the anchor chemistry style is definitely going to help out with his defensive awareness to stay on the edge of the 18-yard box to block the guy. So not too bad in regards to that. Aggressive little run right there. Let's see how he pushes up back here. Yeah, so I think this card is going to be mostly ideal as a right center mid for sure. Because I think he'll offer that extra attacking presence. Like if I push up with a fullback here, he'll give me this extra attacking presence here. Transition into the middle or something, you know. Yeah, he stays well in his position too. So if he doesn't need to push up, he won't, which is great. But you can see that his off-the-ball movement without me using second-man press, right? So let's go ahead and switch these guys right here. No second-man press at all. The way that he kind of occupies that top position to cover that one guy at the top is pretty nice because he is on cover center, but he is blocking that oncoming run because there's no reason for him to block anybody in the middle, right? Alright, let's go ahead and control him just to see what his defensive presence is like here. His stopping to transition into another play is pretty instant, to be honest. Good pressure on the opponent right there. Block this area right here. Keep using him, keep using him. Do not use anybody else. Yeah, his transitioning is really good. He's very, very fast off the ball, which is very important for center mids to be pretty quick. Just to get into the right positions to defend, right? You can see that, again, he's positioned really well in that right center mid position. The stamina could present to be a problem from time to time. Like I said, if this card had the high work rates and higher stamina, it would be definitely very nice. But you can see, again, like he's positioned really well. Doesn't have to attack, so we just build the play slowly here. Okay, so nice little aggressive run there. We got Ashley Young chilling on the top again. Yeah, he positions himself quite nicely for the attack, which is great. Not aggressive either, so he really does stick to his position. He's kind of pushing outside to the side. He's pushing out wide a little bit. Back into the middle. Let's try a shot from that angle. Nice. Great little goal right there. So you can see right there, not having to increase the shooting capabilities of this card is obviously a really nice thing because 82 finishing with the 95 shot power already is going to be an awesome thing, right? And because of the anchor chemistry style, giving him that +5 for acceleration, sprint speed, as well as the defensive and physical presence, I would say that this card would be great strictly, I would say, and I'm going to say this strictly, as I would, at first I was like 3 different positions, but right now I'm telling you guys, man, right center mid or right back. Those are the only 2 positions I would genuinely use this card so far because the way that he positions himself in the center mid area is really nice. Aggressive play right there without me doing anything. I didn't force the run there. He kind of transitions back really quickly, utilizes the empty space up top really quickly. So obviously, if I wasn't analyzing the play right there, I would have been able to make the pass instantly. But it's good that he understands when he should or shouldn't attack, right? Okay, yeah, offers himself very nicely. Might make this pass right here. Yeah, he understands when he should go into that space instantly for the attack, which is great. See what his transition is like back here. So with the high medium, he's not super fast to go back in that right center mid position. You can see that he's kind of playing as the cam right now, right? So that medium work rate right there is noticeable. But at the same time, if he goes to occupy somebody else's position, like if he's occupying the position of the cam, he'll go ahead and do that instantly. And because he's not bad at attacking and his dribbling is not terrible, it's not necessarily an awful thing to have. But again, for center mids, it would be more ideal to have them on the high work rates, right? Especially in the 4-1-2 and 2. Once he's in the defensive area, like you know, your own half and whatnot, he does defend really nicely. You can see nice little transitioning, not transition, but a rotation policy with the other players. Ball roll, pass off, runs into the space really nicely with the anchor chemistry style. It's right here. If he's in the attacking position, he'll kind of occupy the other position of the player, right? Let's try a power strike from here. So again, shot power right there. Very, very noticeable on the card. So that's what you're mostly going to get out of Ashley Young's card for sure. Alright guys, so final verdict on Ashley Young's card. If I were to give him an anchor chemistry style, this card is incredibly usable, right? Now, with the way that the game is currently formatted, would I spend 127k to do this SBC? Absolutely not. If it was formatted a different way where gameplay content-wise I can hop on, grind the game a lot to get it through playing the actual game, this would be a really cool card to get because I would start him off in a nice little 3-5-2 formation, play him off to the left mid position, and then switch him to a right back or right center mid position in game. But that's not really the case with the game that we currently have, right? However, with the anchor chemistry style on this card, right, +5 for acceleration, sprint speed, great defensive stat increases, and decent physical increases, this card is very usable, right? He doesn't feel like he's 5'9" in game. He feels like he's 5'10", 5'11", which is fantastic to have in the midfield area. He's pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna say he's not good to use. Like, he's pretty fun to use, right? If you're using a 4-1-2-1-2 setup and he's playing as your right center mid, there's only two problems with the card, right? One of the problems is that if you're playing in the center mid position, you need high work rates with good stamina. That's just my thing. It's just a requirement with the cards, right? And because he's high medium, you know, sometimes he has this rotation policy with attackers, and I'd rather not have him have that rotation policy. I want to have him to come back in defense with his high defensive work rates, which this card obviously doesn't have. So expect a rotation policy with your other players because of those specific work rates that he has, right? If you get the ball back, he'll stay up there. He is decent at attacking. It's not like he's terrible. The 95 shot power definitely helps out a lot with his finishing and whatnot. But I don't know, these SPCs, they've kind of been lackluster, I would say, but as you guys know, the way that we do player reviews is that we just do a player review. I'll let you guys know if the card's worth doing or not. If you're going to play him in a right center mid position in a 4-1-2-2 for 127k with sentimental value, sure, the card's worth doing. If you don't have sentimental value, it's like a card you get and you have fun with. It's one of those ones, you know, but is he incredibly usable? Yeah, I use like Jetson Fernandez's Europa League live card, which I don't know what's going to happen with that thing, but you know, he's pretty usable to use in that right center mid position, and he's fun to use. So it just depends on how you look at it. Would I do the card myself? Probably not. If the game was formatted differently, I would, but it's not. So it's not something I would spend my money on, you know. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.